Hi, my name is Andrea. The show that I did for my assignment is called Atypical. It's a Netflix series that covers the life of a kid named Sam who's on the autism spectrum.
What is the autism spectrum?
The autism spectrum is a neurological disorder in which people with this disorder have repetitive behavior. Sometimes they'll sit there and tap their foot, or they'll snap a pencil, or they'll keep saying the same word. A lot of times they do these repetitive things when they're nervous or anxious or feel overwhelmed. Um, Most of the people on the autism spectrum have a hard time in social settings with a lot of people.
What challenges does Sam face?
Well, because Sam is on the autism spectrum, he has a lot of behavioral issues when he's younger, and because of this, his mother has a hard time thinking that he's going to be able to do all the normal things that children his age should be able to do.
What sociological topics are covered?
Well, in this show, it covered a lot of sociological topics. Sexuality was covered in this with Sam's sister, Casey, starting to show in a heterosexual relationship, and then toward the end of the show, she comes out as bisexual. There's issues with family and relationships where Sam's mother, Elsa, has an affair on the father. There's an issue where when Sam is 4 months old, his father, Doug, leaves the family because he doesn't know how to handle having a disabled son. So there's a lot of sociological topics that was covered in this show.
What functional theory?
The functional theory has to do with, functional theory has to do with like institutions, and the family is one of the most popular institutions. School is another institution, work is another institution, and these were three topics that were covered in Sam's life: how he interacted with the people in his family, how he got through his journey through school and into college, which he never thought he would be able to do, and into the work field.
What conflict theory?
There was a lot of conflict theories in this show. There was conflict between Sam's parents trying to deal with his disability. The father was always more sure that Sam would be able to be independent, where the mother was kind of a hovering mother, and she was always waiting for the next bad thing to happen. There was a lot of internal conflict, like with Sam's sister trying to find who she truly was and what her sexuality was, and Sam himself dealing with autism, trying to go through life as an atypical in a neurotypical world. He met many challenges, but he rose to the top of all of them.
What symbolic theory?
The big symbolic theory in this show was the use of a bird. During the show, there was birds painted on different things, like murals of birds, and it was the bird that gave Sam's sister Casey the strength to quit running in track. She felt like she was no longer loved running, but was doing it to please everyone else, and she was kind of in turmoil trying to meet everyone else's expectations with her life. As for Sam, when he looked into Stumpy's eyes, the penguin at the aquarium, it was then that he realized what his purpose in life was, and it was to go to Antarctica and research the penguins. I thank you so much for listening to my talk about Atypical. I am a parent of a physically handicapped daughter, and although physical and mental handicaps are very different, I could definitely connect with this show and the whole family dynamic handling a child with a disability.